What's up guys, it's Enigma Hood, and I'm gonna do a video about this girl gamer named Jewel. I guess her name is Megan. So, like most girl gamers, she plays Call of Duty, whatever, stupid fucking game. That's not really the point. The point is that some controversy happened a couple of days ago while she was live streaming. And she has lots of fans, they give her donations, whatever. And during this live stream, she was drunk. She was drinking, underage. She's 20. And then she told a sex story and then got her boyfriend to come on the live stream and elaborate on the sex story. And I guess the sex story combined with the fact that she was drinking underage and live streaming to kids got her kicked out of her clan, which I think is called OpTic. So I initially, in all fairness, I had absolutely no problem with what she did. I'm not one of those prudish people that say, you shouldn't have sex until you're married. I'm not one of those guys, okay? But at the same time, I don't believe that, you should go around just having casual sex with people. I look down on people who do that. But if you're in a committed, loving relationship with another person, I don't really have a problem with you having sex with them. And if you have a sex story that's kind of funny or whatever, then okay. As for the underage drinking, I also don't have a problem with that. I think it's really stupid how the age of drinking is 21 in America. If you're old enough at 18 to fight and die for your country, you are old enough to drink, as far as I'm concerned. And I posted a comment on her video expressing support for her. I never knew her before. I learned about her from, I guess, this video from Drama Alert. Just without seeing anything, I didn't think that she did anything wrong. Okay? That's a good lesson. I learned a good lesson from this experience. Never judge someone either positively or negatively until you have all the facts, until you've seen both sides of the story, until you've seen everything. Don't pass any knee-jerk reactions. It's not a rational thing to do. It's not a logical thing to do. And holy shit, when I saw the live stream, I couldn't believe it. Couldn't fucking believe it. But I don't need to say anything. Here are some highlights, and watch for yourself.
I'm very good at taking choices. Megan's just like she doesn't like to listen. She's stubborn as fuck when it comes down to these things, right? So I don't know. Me and Megan just randomly want to go to the beach. I was like, yo, let me hit. I'm like, you don't do this every day. You don't just go out to the beach, have sex. You're like, that's. I was like, fuck, let me just do it. So I'm hitting it, right? And then she's just being super annoying. It's just antsy to me. Like, I'm hitting, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing work, and I'm hearing moans and stuff. And then she's like, come, daddy, come. I'm like, whoa, holy shit, I haven't even been going for 5 minutes. Like, how do you want this to happen? Like, I don't just
Why
go,
you gotta tell them what I was saying?
Like,
You just had to say I was telling you to hurry up. You ain't gotta say all that shit. Now they fucking know.
I'm thinking, like, what could this bitch be looking for? Garbage cans or something? Like, you look. Megan's like, no, I want to suck your dick, blah, 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 all this shit. Okay, so we drive off, and this bitch literally wants to go like 5 feet away from the washing place. This
is, like, people are saying that this is gonna ruin me, but I'm 20 years old, guys. I'm not 15. Like, it is what it is. I don't know, they're like, this is gonna ruin you, Joel. And like, no.
So, that's how it goes. We park, and then Megan starts looking at me, we start kissing, blah, 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 and she reaches down the pants, she pulls it out, and then it happens, she starts sucking the dick.
Whatever,
blah, blah,
yeah, blah, blah.
In like 1 minute, not even fucking like 30 seconds, the bitch gets tired as fuck. That was the worst smell. She's like,
the car is small. You know the car is small. Always trying me, bro.
Okay, so, I don't know. I was at the point where it's like, she pissed me off. Okay, I was still mad. Like, everything was going good, but I was still mad at the fact that what she did to me on the beach, I still hold a grudge about it because we were fine. I literally just let Megan do everything. So she's trying, she's struggling. It was just a sad experience. Like she was just trying so hard, so I felt bad. So then she starts crying. She just starts crying out of no. I look at her and I'm just like, "Oh, are you okay?" And then she's like,
Stop.
I'm not gonna say what she says and all that. I'm not gonna. That's only detailed. Those are the detailed parts, okay? I'm not gonna say those things because those are detailed parts. So she starts crying and shit. I'm like, yo, can you shut the fuck up and suck my cock? So we're like, what, like 3 minutes
Thank
in?
you so much, Snappy Boy, for resubscribing. I appreciate it.
So we're
Thank you
like
so much, I
3
love you.
minutes in. She's sucking me, blah blah, you know, doing the thing. And me, I don't know. I don't like girls who only suck the tip.
I love you, Snappy Boy.
Okay, so if you have a dick, right? You like girls when they go down on it, you know? Like if you're a guy, like I don't have a huge gigantic penis, but it's not small, you know? It's I don't know, fuck whatever, it's an average penis. So Megan just only likes sucking the head and a little bit down. So me, I'm like, yo, like you gotta suck dick better, you know? I can't deal with this, you know? So I start teaching Megan how to suck dick. Like I have to explain to this bitch how to suck dick.
I told you I couldn't.
But she's telling me, right? She's telling me. She's telling me.
I can't.
I can't. I'm like, bitch, you gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. But you know what, bitch? It was karma because I learned today that it was a fucking dumb decision to tell you to deep throw the fucking dick that you just couldn't handle. So she goes, and all of a sudden, I feel things going down my fucking waistband, and I'm like, this is probably spit in my head. You know, maybe she just got all this slobber shit all over my fucking dick. So I'm like, in my head, right? And then all I hear, I threw up. My facial expression was in shock. I had the worst experience of my fucking life. Like, I flashed back to my life. It just hit me. Bam! All things in my head went dark. I start feeling chunks of fucking food running down my waistband, bro. Running down my hoodie was destroyed. We had throw up all over my hoodie. It was like greenish. It was the worst experience of my fucking life. I don't want to ever think about that day because it terrifies me. You know when you go to your kids, when you have kids in older lives?
We were saying that she needs some milk.
Oh, somebody! She needs some milk! So, there's throw up all over me. And that's not even the end of it. I gotta look at Megan, and she's telling me she threw up. So this bitch went from sucking, fucking, crying, back to sucking, then to puking all over. And I could have sworn, guys, I could have sworn to God this bitch said she was peeing. So this bitch jumps out the car and stands up in the middle of nowhere, spreads out her legs and crouches and starts peeing. This bitch was a fucking robot. She just went from puking, throwing up, all this shit, and peeing. She just didn't like that. I'm surprised the bitch didn't shit herself. She just starts peeing everywhere. So I was like, oh my God, what is going on?
That was
and
too
then
much.
Megan looks at me, and she's like,
Too much.
I think you should break up with me. Those are the exact, I think you should break up with me. And I'm like, I look at this bitch, and I just like, if I had a gun, you'd be dead. Breaking up isn't close to how I'm feeling. It's not, in my head, I wish I could take a huge diarrhea on your fucking chest so you can have the fucking experience that you put me through.
So, as you can see, my problem isn't with the fact that she had sex, outside of marriage. Oh, that's so wrong. No, that wasn't my problem. And my problem wasn't the fact that she was drinking. My problem is the fact that her boyfriend is a misogynistic, disrespectful asshole. And she is totally okay with being treated like a piece of shit by her piece of shit boyfriend. That's what I have a problem with. And I posted a comment on her channel, on her video, stating the following. I defended you before, but after watching the stream in question, I lost all respect for you. Your boyfriend is a complete asshole, constantly calling you a bitch and other disrespectful names, all the while telling a story in a manner that treats you like a piece of shit. I don't have a problem with you having sex. I have a problem with you having zero respect for yourself. When you let people treat you like a bitch, you are a bitch. I can see why OpTic kicked you out now. Now look, I'm not gonna say that it's so wrong to call women bitches. You should never call a woman a bitch because that's sexist. And you guys know that I'm not a feminist. Far from it, but even I have my limits. If a girl is a bitch, like actually is a cunt, and look, just like men, there are also women that are assholes, that are cunts, that are bitches. And I have no problem with labeling these people as such. However, I do have a problem with broadly referring to women as bitches and then referring to them as inanimate objects like this guy constantly did. He constantly referred to his own girlfriend as an it, hitting it, meaning he's not having sex with a girlfriend that he loves. He's hitting a piece of meat that he's just using for his own sexual gratification. He's using it as a toy. You know, and this is supposed to be your girlfriend that you're supposed to love and care about, and yet you're referring to her in the most derogatory way possible, and she is totally okay with it. She is validating and allowing that behavior to continue, positively reinforcing it by thinking it's hilarious. It's so hilarious that he keeps on calling me a bitch and referring to me as an it and just using me as his personal sex toy. And even more pathetic is the fact that they constantly try to speak Ebonics and use this kind of broken black urban slang when these two little kitties come from white suburbia.
Always trying me, bro.
They're just, you know, like most wiggers, they're just trying to act black to be cool, which I hate so much. You what it is? I was hitting that shit. I'm so fucking cool. I'm riding in my fucking Pinto, biatches.
Always trying me, bro.
What a bunch of fucking losers. So that's my issue. You know, that is my fucking issue. The fact that she is totally submissive to this complete piece of shit. She gives credence to the stereotype that girls only like assholes. And that's not a virtue. You know, that is not a virtue. Now, some idiots, I had a lot of supporters for that comment, and I had a lot of detractors. One idiot posted something kind of colorful that I want to get into, but I first want to point out the fact that my comment that I wrote on her video was deleted by her. And I wouldn't have made this video if she didn't delete that comment. Okay? You know, yeah, you have a right to censor people on your videos. You absolutely do. But, you know, if you censor me, Enigma Hood, then I'm gonna make a video about you, publicly shaming you for the stupid shit that you've done. And allowing an asshole to treat you like garbage. It ranks pretty high up there on the list of stupid things that you could do. Here's another comment that I want to highlight. This one was written by a guy named Dylan Stanford, and then immediately following his comment, another guy named Dylan Kappa agreed with him completely, saying, "Wow, amazing statement, you truly are an awesome person." I'm pretty sure that's a sock puppet account, which demonstrates how much of a loser this guy is. You realize how young she is? This is the only way she's going to learn, seeing as how she's incapable of seeing this type of relationship is entirely unconducive to anything healthy. Which is also another thing that pertains to her lack of maturity. But seriously, you have no right to basically shame this young girl because she's in a fucked up relationship. You just sound like a misogynistic Donald Trump supporter for being such a douche. She'll eventually learn from all this, and because of people like you basically slut-shaming her, she's going to have to learn with an uphill battle because people choose to completely verbally assassinate her. If anything, you should be supportive of her, trying to give her positive reinforcement, not entirely attack her ego. Entirely uncalled for, dude. Especially considering I am fucking sure that you have been no fucking angel yourself. coming off as some morally and ethically perfect human being. Give me a fucking break. Get the fuck off your high horse and ask yourself this. Would you have character assassinated this person if it were a guy going through these same issues? Probably not, which once again makes you a sexist fucking idiot. Back to the depths of the internet caves for you, idiot. I find it incredibly stupid and short-sighted that this guy is calling me sexist while completely ignoring her sexist boyfriend. And yes, if you put yourself out there for the public to see, you will be scrutinized and criticized. I'm not here to be someone's mommy. I'm not here to be nice to people. Although I will say that when I initially heard about the story, I was supportive. Because I support people when I believe that they're in the right. I have no problem with her having sex outside of marriage. Or doing it at 20 years old. And I have no problem with her drinking at that age. It's very common. It's not like she was drinking or driving. I have a problem with her being treated by her boyfriend like shit and permitting it and validating it. And yes, I will strongly criticize her for that. I'm not here to coddle anyone. I'm not their buddy. I don't even know her. And I don't want to know her. Because if this is the kind of person she is, I want nothing to do with her. Or anyone like her. But the one thing I'm not is a sexist. Her boyfriend is the sexist. But yet you're white knighting for her, irrationally, attacking anyone who criticizes her because of some misguided devotion to a person that you only know on the internet. It's pathetic. And I've spoken to other people about this, and they agree with me. They agree with my sentiment. That she makes other girl gamers look bad. She makes girls in general, women in general, look bad. And this, I find the argument that she's young and immature so specious. Aren't people also saying that she's old enough to have sex at 20 years old?
This is, like, people are saying that this is gonna ruin me, but I'm 20 years old, guys. I'm not 15.
I mean, at what point do you become mature? At what point are you still immature? It seems like you're using her age. You can use her age either way. You could say that she's mature enough to drink and have sex, but she's too immature to know how to handle a relationship and tell her boyfriend to stop being disrespectful. She's too immature to understand that, but she's mature enough to drink and have sex. No, that's special pleading, a fallacy. Either she is old enough to have sex and be in a committed relationship and understand all of the nuances and idiosyncrasies involved in that, or she isn't. And if she's old enough and mature enough to drink, then she sure as shit better understand that. Fucking hell. You don't go on a fucking live stream and allow your boyfriend to speak so disrespectfully to you like that. That's complete fucking bullshit. Anyway. Like I said, I would have never made this video if she didn't delete my comment, but, well, you know, she likes to censor people who criticize her behavior. I'm thinking, why are you mad at me for, you know? You should be mad at the people who kicked you out of your clan. I'm just trying to help you. You know, and the funny thing is, I almost forgot, and I'm glad I remembered. A person who donated $1 criticized her boyfriend for the disrespectful manner in which he was treating her. And she, in her infinite stupidity, defended him.
Yo, 33 pandas, David is disrespectful, and this is pathetic. Actually, David's the best boyfriend I've ever had. He's honestly the sweetest person ever, David, and most people his age wouldn't want their girlfriend to live with him, but he actually loves me. So watch your fucking mouth, buddy, because I love him.
You see that? You see that? That shows me just how pathetic and insecure. You know, her father's a failure at life. I heard that her father is not a big part of her life, and I can kind of see that, you know? Like, I'm just guessing, but I imagine that girls that don't have a good, supportive father who instills their daughters with good values, they kind of end up like her. They look for an asshole father, you know, and she found an asshole boyfriend as a surrogate father to her, you know? because her asshole father wasn't around. So, yeah, her father is a failure at life, and he's as much of a failure as her boyfriend and as she is. They're all equally culpable. Anyway, you know, it makes me sick to know that I even defended her in the first place. But I do stand by those remarks. I don't have a problem with her having sex outside of marriage, and I did have a problem with her drinking. The one thing I do have a problem with is allowing herself to be treated by her boyfriend like a piece of shit. That's all I gotta say. Post in the comment section what you think. This is Enigma Hood signing off.